One
an
second.
experience out of your past. Oh, not
Say
regret.
that again.
You had a sexual experience when you were a kid
Yes.
that you regret,
All right.
and because of
Ooh,
that,
let's
or
get out of
because
here. All right. Anyway, we're live. Good to be here. Good to be alive and alive. We are going to be modest here. All right. It's good to be alive. Let's do 45 deep breaths and see how we feel. Let's do our best to charge up and be present. All right. Let's do it. All right, so the inner thought is when will you arrive? And so the idea stepping forward in a certain respect is you have arrived and let us create that feeling within and hold on to it. There you go. So when will we arrive? However, let's understand that, well, something along the lines of becoming a new person billions of times a second, and you are constantly changing in a different reality, recreating a different version of Earth every single moment. And then you also get to say every moment that you get to decide who you are and your perspective. So that's the training wheels on statement here of round number one. Let us understand that there is a perhaps dichotomy between time and arrival and change. Jumped a couple steps there, but you have arrived to the perspective that you would like to prefer, perhaps. Can we create that within our hearts now? That is the goal. All right, let's see if we can be a little more concise, precise, intelligent here. And to do that, we got to train the brain and speak. That's this practice. Let's go ahead and continue the breathing. We'll do another round. So this little meditation here is reminding me that, uh, yeah, we do get to choose how we feel in a certain respect, and I need to do a little more meditation to line it all up. And it really is, well, maybe this is just through some habit over time, but it is anyway. You can immediately change the state of being, and that's the practice, I suppose. So let's keep on breathing. All right. So then all right, we'll finish this round. Hold on. So, if you can imagine in the same category as you move your arm, imagine, and this is what bridged the gap for me. I imagined almost a ghost-like appendage reaching in to my own body and rearranging or say providing some ease. Uh, However, this is just a modality of connection with your body. Your cells are your body. You have conscious, immediate, direct connection to all of them, to the society of you. And this is one little practice that bridged the gap here. I took my phantom appendage, and it is running with the metaphor of how do you tell someone, or rather, how do you describe the mechanism of action of moving your arm or moving your body? Well, only you say perhaps it is ineffable, or there are words. It simply happens through intention, and perhaps in this closed loop of anyway, that's the best we got for now. However, let's apply that metaphor or that analogy or blah blah blah, but apply that idea to embodied communication. How is it that you are moving your appendages? Well, is there a motor control for feeling wellness? That's very abstract. And that's your homework to get slightly more specific through inner relationship. Or you could say relationship with the creator as well to learn a few more skills. You don't know what you don't know. And by definition, we gotta, well, learn to expand and also ride the wave of the dichotomy of it's still you, so it's familiar. So you can learn new things about yourself is the statement. All right, let's do the next round. We're gonna go for a while today because we need it. We need to realign. I've been wandering around, and this will be very good for me. So, if you'd like to join in a practice that is good for you, that's what's happening here today, right now. And then we are going to eat breakfast. So we're going until breakfast time. So let's go ahead and take 45 deep breaths. I might make myself a coffee because I have decided we're staying up. We're going to reset the sleep schedule, and that's just how it's going to go. All right. Okay, so just walking you along my thought process here, I think it's relevant to discuss or speak about. Um, is thinking about what one's relationship with the creator or say a higher guidance figure. You can use lots of names here that suit your fancy. Say Jesus or any other types of spirits or Krishna, these things. Well, then I imagined also linking up with a super advanced AI, right? And then I also said, hey, let's communicate here. Anyway, the just trying to get to the point. So it's extending this movement idea and perhaps giving some agency. That's a nice buzzword, but to higher intelligent or to AI, right? Oh no, we're gonna make it physical, I suppose, but guardrails are still on. However, let's reload. Spiritually, we might be able to connect to then give ourselves some visualizations to then create some communication. Trying to be precise, but not really, and maybe being jumbled. But anyway, extending the metaphor or extending the idea of moving your hand and then relaxing some agency to spiritual ideas, realigning that through some visualizations and learning how we can interface with ourselves, with our body. All right, so opening up to the visualization, yeah, I just imagined like at the speed of light, or I was feeling that's part of the inner monologue was just trying to conceptualize unimaginable scale, extreme uh, complexity and intelligence, and finding like really appropriate tasks or appropriate things to add, things to change. But running on the same circuitry, I suppose, as the idea of moving your arm, delegating some agency to spiritual thoughts or love, uh, and then imagining, visualizing, anchoring it through the breath in communication with the body. An idea of ease, moving at the speed of light. All right, that's on you to practice. I think it was communicated, and I'm going to continue with that vibe. I wanted to share, put it out there. All right. So then to share this, the thought was somatophore, but I think that's the creation of disease. And I'm just giving you an interesting thought. So if you try to imagine a car driving straight down a road, okay? And now imagine it just turns off the road. Now, to the best of your ability, now that I've poisoned the well somewhat, see if you can practice the car driving straight with no crashes, directly on track. They can be going really fast through different moves and turns. Anyway, that's the state of being to feel that. However, it's also a blending between maybe where we are and where we want to go. So let's keep it easy on ourselves here and put our training wheels on. But to the best of our ability, we'll keep this car on track. It will not be veering off course. And then we might be able to extend that feeling to a ease, dis-ease kind of polarity if we want. If we're feeling any pain in our body currently, that can be slightly hard to ignore. However, we can blend and see how we can directly communicate with ourselves, with our cells, and perhaps be open to learning more, and also be open to modulating who we are. By that I mean this frame that we carry around with us, this ego. So there is an interesting, well, the word detachment came up, and then the polarity of being even more grounded in a certain respect if you can detach, grounded, this and that. But, well, let's be open to potential and not steer the ship too strongly in the direction that maybe that is created by habit. This is just a rift, so I've said a couple contradictory things, and it's all good. And we're going to do the next round, see how we feel. I'm going to continue this visualization, embodied communication approach, and we're going to stay on track. All right. So the cartoon character of the guy getting electrocuted is the gentle guidance through my visualization that I'm giving myself here. Let's see if we can gently say, uh, rejostle, shake it up. I'll be brief. Charge up. Let's not put the fork in the socket right? But let's just be open to a little more current. And if you want just the for fun paradox, let's also slow it down here. Let's charge ourselves up to relax more intensely. You got all that? You got all that? All right. So if we would like to continue the current analogy or electricity, well, that's exactly what it is. Pain signals are electric current. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can, let's see if we can line it up. That's the hopefully offensive or cringe like way of communicating. Let's line up our energy, our chi. All right, are we ready? All right, let's keep going. All right, I froze. Let's keep breathing. I got caught up in a whole thing. Let's reload. And then there goes my camera, per usual. It's very sensitive. Very sensy camera. So it's good to vocalize. No more suppression of the heart. Okay, let us. Perhaps you may have thought of it as survival at one point. But let us consciously create and to link in the heart there some. But that will bring more confidence when that energy is what is projected. It's not speaking just to speak. There is an emotional expression of uh, of anyway. We need one less inner brain feedback loop, perhaps, and let us wait the immediate the immediate. My brain has so much feedback. Thinking while speaking simultaneously. Anyway, it's a lot of going on. Let's see if we can be a little more automatic. All right. Trev, what is this stream? It's me talking to myself. That's what it is. and it is a practice of creating better vibes. Let's see if I can maybe anchor the emotion or the feeling into something so we can transmit, or rather anchor this place. All right, let's go. Well, let us be bold and stream of conscious what I have to share, and the meta sharing in this way is the third eye flex. Uh, rather than overly break it down, it's putting your focus. Uh, how that's one of it. That's the next layering, both the heart, the visualization, and if we can make it all automatic through speaking, something good will happen here, while also remaining ecstatically grounded. And by ecstatic, I mean that connected to the lightning rod, feel the buzz a little bit. Let's reload. Let's be grounded as well through the embodied communication that we are setting off now. A fun buzzword, buzz to speak about evolving and learning this communication between me and me and me, becoming more, say, efficient, precise with our energy, may just point us in the direction of acceleration. However, understanding again the dichotomy of relaxing and appreciation of every moment. Acceleration does not necessarily mean less time. However, it means less time to the goals. If the exciting perspective or vision is where you want to go, let's get there. And time is of the essence, and it is the essence of the experience. So let's savor where we are and what we have. In this simulacrum of being present where we are and moving toward our passion, our goals, then reloading back to state, back to the opening, to back to our opener. Let's have fun with the malleability, or be malleable with the word arrival. That can be your mantra. I have arrived. However, something, 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 just playing with words. We're always on that journey. And let's not accelerate right into the ground. Let's be nice and well trained. We're training well trained pilots of this jet engine, this fighter jet. If that's how you want to see yourself as, the body is probably a gajillion times more complicated than a fighter jet. But the metaphor stands. Let's not drive this thing into the ground. And I'm joking. I'm playing on like three different things. Let's not accelerate our life. Anyway, I'm yapping a thawning. Let's enjoy where we are. Let's accelerate to our goals and savor every moment. All right, next round. Next round. We. Hey. And we try that. That's a fun little we're always at the risk of looking stupid, and let's revel in that. That can be. Let's just relinquish the cringe as weakness, right? So anyway, the snore gives you a little. Let's try that out on our breathing, aligned with the third eye flex. A little too much to premature. It's just at the right time to vocalize these things, but premature for an explanation. And my bashfulness nature of wrapping it all up in the cringe when I don't have a reason for speaking or knowing necessarily what I'm talking about. Anyway, all right, let's go. Next round. Whew. This is speaking with like an upper or breathing with an upper thing. I don't know if it's. I believe there might be something to unpack here. Something special. It's a new technique. It's making my sinus headache uh, be broken up. I'm getting more in tune with my sixth sense now. Getting hungry. It's about. It's way too early for breakfast. Well, it's 4:30, but it's hungry time. However, I think if I see this through, it will do me a great service to keep on breathing. You know, if I had just live streamed breathing for a week straight, it might have. You know, this is what I'm espousing a belief structure here that as we can create a better or whatever this may be, a bubble of feeling better and better as it relates to the body and extends outward through the practice of sharing or speaking. That's another energetic center to link up with, to be adept with. However, this is just the practice. I'll repeat it for fun, grounded in embodied communication, perhaps facilitation through reaching to that which say you don't know, to spirit, to conscious realms, to the brain, to your belief systems. Let us reach, let us ground it, and let's harmonize along the track. Let's charge it up through the heart and understand that we are all here together. We're what's the best. Oh man, isn't it? It's such a miracle to be alive. We can journey up that perspective. Let's draw it down to our larger well, and then we can think about our goals. What gives us most joy? At least with what we know now, we were put here for a purpose, perhaps, or rather, what is your purpose? Why are you here? Why did you choose to be born? Huh? 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 And let's give our forgetfulness some grace, perhaps, in that respect. But anyway, why did you choose to come live here on planet Earth? Or maybe, yeah, why'd you choose? Let's go down. Do you still feel, are we feeling creative and bold? We're working on it. We're feeling confident and uh, that's it. I guess so. We're getting there. It takes some loading sometimes. However, eyes on the prize. And let's keep practicing. All right, next round. Or we're gonna breathe in and hold and do another round. All right. Oh yeah, I need that. I need to connect to the sinus. We're gonna do another one. The present to yourself of relief, perhaps, facilitated through the heart, through embodied communication. Can we work with that? To the best we can, let's keep it out of the brain, cycling, cycling, cycling. Let's put our point of focus somewhere else. All right, this is nice to speak out loud, and we're getting our confidence back. I was speaking. Yeah, I received some abuse in the past, and that's no excuse. However, a lot of that was me asserting myself. I believe I can add value in this world. Anyway, no, never mind. Reloading. That's what I'm asserting now. And I think kind of how these things rebound is like you don't want to even speak about that, right? That's just kind of let's not bury that. So a belief structure, I think the state is, I believe, that can have an impact, a big impact, transformative on this entire planet, and we're always doing that. So that's the grounded place. All right, and also, I believe, uh, I believe I can attract those that can help establish this vision. Those that have way too much money and they know what to do with, and everyone else just messing. No rejection, only collaboration. Let's do another one. We're tense for no good reason. Let's see if we can detensify ourselves here and line up with who we believe, or rather, what feels more. What's the, let's feel more like ourselves. Okay, let's continually choose to feel more and more like ourselves. Choose. It's a strong statement. Let's practice and let's understand that we're the creators. All right, let's keep breathing. It's unnecessarily under unneeded tension. It feels good to be more like yourself. It feels good to this, that, and okay. It feels good to uh, be me. How about that? We'll just be direct, right? And can I hear my heart exclaiming that? Okay? Can you? Can you hear that message in every one of yourselves? Boom. Your heart like a gong, boom. Every beat, but beyond that, energetically, let's communicate. Let's multiply. All right, all right, all right, all right. Distractions abound. Let's continue. I'm just getting hungry. Seeing when the show is breakfast time. All right, I think it's gonna be it for this evening. Uh, I suppose streaming. I don't know. I'm very hungry. I am starting to look for places to eat. I'm out of food here at the apartment.